Board of Appeals, please listen to the rules and procedures that will follow for tonight's meeting.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's meeting of the Town of Babylon Zoning Board of Appeals. The following is the procedure that will be followed tonight. The matters will be called in the order they appear on the calendar, with adjourned matters being called at the end of the regularly scheduled matters. Matters cannot be heard prior to their published scheduled time. When your matter is called, please submit the affidavit of posting to the secretary and proceed to the podium and give your name and address. The chairperson will then swear you in and read into the record information we have from your application, comments from various town departments, and any correspondence received on your application. The chairperson will then ask you to make whatever presentation you wish to make to the board. After you have made your presentation, the board will ask whatever questions the board deems appropriate, and then we will ask for comments from the public. If you wish to speak for or against an application, we ask that you wait until you're acknowledged, come forward, give us your name and address, tell us where your property is in relation to the property that's in question tonight, and then please direct your comments to the board, not the applicant or the applicant's representative. We have to keep a record, and we cannot do that if there are people talking over each other or cross conversations. If someone has spoken for or against an application, and they have said exactly the same thing that you wish to say, it will have the same force and effect in the record if you give your name and address, are sworn in, and say that you join in those comments. If you have anything additional to say, please don't hesitate to do so, but keep in mind that you will be given only one opportunity to speak. After the public has spoken, the board may ask the applicant to come back to answer any questions that may have come up as a result of the public comments, or for the applicant to summarize. When the applicant comes back to answer any additional questions, if that happens, that does not start a second round of public comments. Once the matter has been heard, various things may occur. The board may decide the application immediately. It may reserve decision. If the board reserves decision, that does not mean the matter is approved or denied. It just means that the board needs more time to decide, may want to go out and look at the site again, or might want to review the documents and testimony further before making a decision. In either event, the applicant will receive the board's decision in writing shortly after the board makes its decision. If the application is approved, that does not mean that you can then go ahead and start construction or whatever it is that you requested from the board. You will have to wait for the building permit to be obtained from the building department before your go-ahead. On some occasions, the matter may be continued for another night. If it is continued, in most cases it will be for the submission of documents, a new survey, new plans, or something of that nature. If that's the case, no one needs to come back on the new date. The documents will be submitted and no further testimony will be taken. On rare occasions, a matter may be continued for future testimony. If that's the case, then people would have to come back to testify. If matters are adjourned at an open meeting on the scheduled date of hearing, no further notice need be given unless specifically required by the board on the date the adjournment is granted. 3 rules that may affect your ability to proceed tonight. 1. If the sign was not posted for 10 days, we cannot hold the hearing tonight. 2. If you commence this proceeding while you own the property, but no longer own the property, and you are here now to continue with the application, you will need either the written consent of the new owner or the new owner to be present for the hearing. This situation could come about if you sold your house or building, money was held in escrow at closing for a certificate of occupancy or permit, and you're here tonight to clear that up. Lastly, if your application is a commercial application and it's other than a renewal and there is more than one tenant in the building, then you need your landlord to be here. Is there any applicant that has any difficulty with those situations and would need an adjournment tonight?
Is there anyone that would need an adjournment? Please rise and join the board in the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we begin tonight, there is one adjournment on our calendar. It's application 2626 of MRM Ventures LLC. Property is located in Farmingdale. It's being adjourned to April the 16th. Is anybody here on that application? Okay. Baby's here. First application tonight is application 26-21 of Vincenzo Cerenza and Amanda Blakey, property located in North Lindenhurst. Oh, name and address for the record.
Good evening. Christopher Ang, 83 East Main Street, Patchogue, New York, 11772.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
I do.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated March 11, 2026. A environmental control memo dated March 19, 2026. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. We have a survey by A. Adjo Surveying dated June 6, 2021. Plans by Christopher Albert Engineering dated December 2nd, 2025. 3 photographs, and we have the affidavit of posting. Would you like to tell us about the application?
We are proposing a second-story addition on this split-level home. We also have a small one-story addition going to the front of the house that's going to extend out the entryway of the house, and a front portico. The second-story addition is going to go over the existing footprint of the split level on the right-hand side. So it's a left-to-right split. So we're doing the second-story addition over the part of the split that only has 1 story on it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Turn the hearing over to Mr. Rignan.
How are you?
Doing well.
Good. So what's the reason for the dormer?
A growing family.
Growing family?
Yes.
House is beautiful, very well maintained. I took a look. Everything looked great.
Thank you.
If the portico, if this whole application was approved, would you agree to leave the portico on and closed, leave it open?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I got no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
I'm good.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we approve application 26-21 with the condition that the portico not be enclosed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Next application is application 2622 of Whithead Chowdhury and Sashina Chowdhury, property located in Deerbrook.
Hi. Christopher Ang, 83 East Main Street, Patchogue, New York.
Do you affirm to tell the truth again?
I do.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated March 12, 2026. A environmental control memo dated March 16, 2026. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. We have a survey by Scalise Land Surveying dated October 16, 2025. Plans by Christopher Albert Engineering dated 1/20/26. 3 photographs and an affidavit of posting. Would you like to tell us about the application?
This property is getting, we're legalizing a rear deck, second-story deck, and a rear patio. We are also legalizing a second driveway and a second curb cut, along with a rear patio. I know that planning had issued a memo on this, and they mentioned the second driveway. We have some satellite images from as far back as 1973, and then we have other images consecutively going through the years that shows the second driveway. Back in, let me see, There was a permit pulled for the garage extension on the, let's see, on the, it's going to be on the south side of the house. So with that, an additional driveway was added, and the existing two-car garage was converted to living space. So the permit did allow them to add a garage and convert the other two-car garage to living space. What didn't happen was that the driveway was built at that time, but the permit never went in for the second curb cut. But we have evidence that it's been there since 1973. Can I turn in that paperwork?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Montiglio.
Good evening, how are you?
Doing well.
What is the need for the second driveway?
We're going to be going in for an accessory apartment, so we would like to maintain the second driveway.
For an accessory apartment, you only need 4 off-street parking,
That's correct.
and that northern driveway can fit 4 cars in it already.
That's correct.
So, again, you don't need the second driveway if you have this first driveway.
Understood. They would like to have some extra parking spaces. I think it would benefit the neighborhood and benefit everyone around them having the off-street parking.
So there's no accessory apartment permit right now at all?
We're going to apply for it.
And how many families live in there presently now?
It's one family, but they have the accessory apartment. What we're going to legalize.
Does somebody live in the apartment?
Yes.
Still question it.
I mean, you can also park in the street. I mean, with a permit, with no variance needed for that.
Understood. I have the owner here. I think he would like to speak on his own behalf on the driveways.
Can we just ask you about the second door? Was that second door there? How long has the second door been
It's been there since they converted the garage.
there? So like 73?
Yeah.
Is that what the year you said?
That's correct.
Will that be the entrance to the apartment?
Correct.
Good evening.
Oh, you got, yeah. Name and address, please.
Good evening. My name is Wahid Chowdhury, and I purchased this house in 2002. Before I purchased my house, I checked with town of Babylon if everything was okay, the accessory kitchen and the second driveway. The second driveway was built in 1973. They gave me some paperwork. Mr. Chris submitted that document, that condition. It was pre-existing condition and it was legally established because I saw the work permit and they paid, I think, $3,000 for that permit. Without second driveway, my garage is useless. I will have a garage, but I will not have access. And the second driveway cannot hold 4 cars because I need at least 4 parking space. I thought about the alternate to make a circular driveway, but I cannot do that because on my front lawn, it's right up to cesspools. So that's why I need my second driveway. I did not build it anyway, but I bought the house with this.
So, the second driveway was there when you bought the house?
It was existing. I bought the house in 2002. They built the second driveway in 1973.
You represented by counsel when you bought the house?
I'm sorry, sir?
Did you have a lawyer when you bought the house?
Yes.
And this wasn't picked up then on a title search?
It was there.
Can I just?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
From my experience, when they do the title search, they look for violations. They don't look for, they're not looking for things that are not in compliance but don't have violations. That's.
Are you converting this to an accessory apartment, or has it always been an accessory apartment?
I bought the house with accessory apartment. The accessory apartment was built in 1973.
No, it's all built at the same time, as 73.
Yes.
But never had a permit for it.
Yeah, they have permit.
Hold on, let me answer that. From what I understand, the accessory apartment does not transfer with owners, so
No, it don't.
what he did not know that he had to pull a new permit for the
lapsed.
accessory
So
apartment.
it lapsed in the meantime.
That's correct.
And what people, it's being used and has been used as an accessory apartment?
Not necessarily, like once we have two kitchen, it's like what's sitting there, like
The owner did not know that he was illegally using the apartment, so now we're trying to legalize it.
All right, we got you.
All right, we also have a question about the two concrete patios. What's the need for two patios on the yard? That rear one by the fence, what's the need?
Okay, when I bought the house, there was two existing sheds. So over the year, it was corroded, so I decided to remove those sheds. And those concrete were exposing, broken down concrete. So I decided, just for better look, we resurfaced the top.
So the rear patio is all broken up, you're saying?
It was broken up.
And you repaired it?
Yeah, just to have a better look and for safety for the for my grandkids.
Can you cut it back a little bit
I can do that. Yeah, sure.
to 2 feet?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
And then that variance would be diminished if you did that.
Okay, sir.
If this application was approved with the rear yard deck, would it be enclosed or below, top or below?
Yes.
No, it would not be included.
It will not be, yeah.
Will not.
I said I understood that part.
I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Since you agreed to cut the patio back to the 2 feet, we're going to amend the application and eliminate that variance. So I'll make a motion to eliminate variance number 2, diminish distance to rear lot line from 2 to 1.3 on application 26-22.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Wait, I have a question.
Go.
So all of these variances that are being requested tonight are existing or were existing?
That's correct.
So what brought you down here? I'm glad you're here, but I'm just,
We had, the property had violations on it for the accessory apartment.
oh, okay, so they had come out and inspected and then got it. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. We're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. You'll get the decision in the mail. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Next application is application 26-16 of William Manco and Carol Ann Diamond. Property located in West Babylon. Name and address for the record, please.
Paul Batra, 2145 7th Street, East Meadow, 11554.
And do you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
For the record, we have a planning division memo dated March 12, 2026, environmental control memo dated March 16, 2026. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. We have a survey by Pinnacle Land Surveyors dated September 22nd, 2025. Plans by Sedano Architecture dated August 1st, 2025. 4 photographs and an affidavit of posting. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Can I show some pictures and pass them around?
Sure. Yeah, they passed them up.
Some pictures, and I did a sightline survey because it's a corner lot to make sure that there was nothing obstructing. Basically, we're looking for relief to get a second-story addition and preserve the shed where it is and maintain, propose a porch a little bit further up front. Basically, I don't see any impact on the neighborhood with this application. I did some surveys around the neighborhood, and From what I showed in the pictures there, they have, their front neighbor is almost 100 feet back from where we're proposing that addition. And there's some kind of apartment complex to the right side of the house, which again is in line with that, that variance we're looking for on Southern Avenue. I would just like if the board can approve the 3 variances that we're looking for.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
How are you?
Yes, sir.
Good evening. House looks nice. So we're going in, putting a front dormer in the front of the
Yes.
dormer, and then we're coming out to the south side with an extension?
Correct.
All right. Would you agree to put the fence in line with the extension?
The owners are here. If I would like to just check with them first, because I want, they came especially to, make their, so it's better that they tell you exactly what they're ready to do and not to.
While we're
kinda-
at it, we'll put the shed in the conforming location behind the fence also.
Like, things that I want her to.
Name and address for the record.
Hi, Carol Ann Manco, or Diamond, 3 East Neck Court, sorry, West Babylon, New York, 11704. I don't know, it's my maiden name is on there, so it's just, I am Manco now.
You affirm to tell the truth.
I do, yes. Sorry. Yeah, so I just have a question, what exactly that means you are asking us to do with the fence and shed? I just would like
So
clarification.
On the south side of the property is where you're putting the extension.
Correct,
All right, the fence that runs alongside Southard's,
right.
just keep it in line with the extension.
Okay, so where my fence is right now, then I don't have to move it? Like
Move it back to be in line with your extension right there. You
So
see the-
how much feet would that be? And the only reason I ask is because our backyard is rather small, so to have to move the fence further in, I just want to know by how much you're asking.
Whatever I don't have the figures in front of me, whatever the distance of the,
11.4, that's what their setback's going for, so it would be in line with that. 11.4 on Southern Avenue.
What do you, I'm sorry, I'm very confused. I
Right.
apologize.
follow the arrow that see this here?
Yeah, no, I see where you're asking me to move it. What is the 11, you're asking to move it 11,
You asked me for a distance, that's the distance,
so 11
That's the difference,
Feet?
distance to the extension.
11.4 feet to the extension.
in?
Yes.
That in total.
Oh, okay.
It's already probably, it's already 6 feet off the property line now, correct? Yeah, so another-
I
it'd be-
guess,
it'd be another
when I measured from
5
my
feet in.
fence to the street, I'm 15 feet, my fence is 15 feet from the street. We measured it with ourselves. And
Off Southard?
yes, so if you're standing at the fence and we took our tape measure and we pulled it out to the street, our fence is 15 feet from the street currently.
Necessarily property line.
That's not the property line, the street's not your property line.
Okay,
Anyhow, to be conforming, you need to be behind, you're on a corner lot.
right.
Right, I have the same situation, I'm on a corner lot. So both are considered front yards. Your fence needs to be behind the structure
Okay,
that you're building. So we're asking you to put it in line with the end of your extension. Can you point that line out here, Katie?
If actually, it would be, you're bringing it out, if anything.
my fence?
Yeah, because right now, if it's 15 feet, you're saying, and you only ask for 11 feet from the property line with the variance, you're actually moving the fence out.
Correct. That is correct. I was thinking the same way.
Okay,
It's better for you.
okay.
Okay.
Which, now you're also going to have to move the shed
Okay,
north.
where? And,
Behind it's an 8 by 10?
sure?
Yeah,
Behind the
It's
fence.
very common.
I apologize, I have no idea what size my shed is.
I understand, that's fine.
It's been there since we lived there. It came with the house.
Behind the fence.
Okay,
okay?
sure.
So would you agree to move the fence and agree to put the shed behind the fence?
Yes, yes, I'm still just confused exactly where I'm moving everything.
You're
That-
moving-
that's just
you're
my-
You're gonna move the fence north.
North. That
I don't know
doesn't
if
help
it's
me.
due north or, yeah, it is due north. So you're gonna move the fence off the sidewalk going north, just behind wherever your extension is, the end, the finished part of your extension.
So it's actually going to be more. You're going to get
Right.
more, as he said. It's in your
This
benefit.
fence to move,
okay.
move
The
back.
fence is in your benefit as far as the shed.
Behind the
Explain to
extension,
them
yes.
that it's closer for you and that, you know.
Well, I'll move the shed anywhere you want me to in my yard. That's not my problem. I just want to make sure I'm not losing backyard space, simply because my yard is already small and I have three children and a dog that run around there all day long, and it's very small, and I'm just afraid to, if I have to move the fence in, then,
That would be a conforming location, yes.
okay,
What they're asking is they approve your addition.
Yeah.
You would have to take your fence from the back corner of the house straight back. It can't be closer to the street than your house is. So like right now, your fence is closer to the street than your house. It can't be like that. It has to be in line with the house.
So wherever the addition comes out, they want you to hit the fence there, and as he said, it's actually giving you 4 feet. You were looking for 11, it's actually gonna be 15. So you're in better shape with that.
but the yard is smaller. That's what I'm saying.
It comes out, you're getting more room for the yard by the way that they're asking you to do. They're actually
No,
doing
it's
this
not
in your
more.
favor.
Okay,
What?
okay, I'll agree, even though I don't understand that at all. I'm sorry, I don't see how that gives me more yard space, but I will do whatever it is. This baby needs a bedroom.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application?
We need to clarify the distance for the shed because it's still in front yard. So if it's going 11.4, it would be 11.4. If it's going further, if to delete it, you need to clarify that.
So they need to give us a number?
Yeah, so we need an idea of what you're looking for in the shed. You can move it to a conforming location, they can delete the variance, or you want to keep it on the side here and make it 11.4. I think the board is saying they're agreeable to that.
We would like that. We would like you to grant it where it is. They really need that. They have no garage to do anything. That was a big point. They have a very small, it's like a gingerbread house, you know? They really need the space. So she really needs that shed kind of where it is.
Well, now I'm saying she doesn't get rid of the shed. She can move it back over in this corner and they wouldn't need a variance. Or
I'll
if you
move
want
it
to
there
keep
then.
in this corner, you can. It would just change the variance to
Keep-
11.4.
Okay,
The
I
sa-
understand what
listen,
you mean.
the
So
safest-
we'll conform.
Okay.
We'll
The
conform.
safest bet is to keep it 2 feet off of every line.
Got it.
Okay,
The property on the north side, the east side, keep it 2 feet off the north side, keep it 2 feet off the west side, and you'll be in good shape.
40 feet.
Done.
the other day.
And can we propose that on our plans? Like, just put that there, the architect can put it where you feel it's proposed, where
When
you feel?
delete the variance, it just needs to be moved before you get a CO.
Gotcha. Got it. Physical worked before. Okay,
This is
fair
considered
enough.
a front street, so it's going to be 40. Put it here, it's 2.
So then you can delete variance number 3.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to delete variance number 3 on application 26-16.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And
Mr.
then did we talk about the condition not to close the front porch?
Yes, and you agree not to close the front portico, the front porch?
so I'm also, can I have clarification on all we're looking to do is cover the top. That's
You
it.
won't build walls around it?
That's not what I wanted to do ever.
So you agree?
Agree, absolutely.
Thank you.
That's it.
So then the second condition would be the shed can be located to a conforming location.
Yes. So, Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve application 2616 with the front porch, with the following conditions: that the front porch not be further enclosed and the 6-foot fence along Southards be located to a conforming location.
Shed can be located to
and the shed be located to a forming location. As amended.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You get confused to me.
Next application is application 26-24 of M&R Property Builders LLC, property located in Deer Park, no, in North Babylon, I'm sorry, Deer Park Avenue.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell Blanda Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
Okay, for the record, I have a planning division memo dated March 12, 2026, environmental control memo dated March 16, 2026. If we were to approve this application, it needs a negative declaration. We have a survey by William Simmons dated November 15, 2025. Plans by Harold E. Gephardt dated November 3rd, 2025. 4 photographs, and we have an affidavit of posting. What would you like to tell us about the application?
I'm here tonight on behalf of the property owner. We're seeking one single minimal variance on Lot 1 of this 2-lot subdivision. It's real simple for tonight. The property is on the northeast corner of Deer Park Avenue and Wayland Street in North Babylon. It does have street frontage, obviously, on both. Has an overall lot area of 19,717 square feet, and it is zoned Residence C. This lot is going to be Lot 1, which is part of a 2-lot subdivision, but the second lot does not require any variances, so that's why that's not a separate application here tonight. So the only variance that we're seeking to do is diminish the width at the front street line from 75 feet on Wayland to 71.34 feet. At the corner of Deer Park and Wayland, we have a curve. If we look at the survey, you could see the curve a little bit better. And so it's the town's policy to take half of the curved distance and apply it to each street frontage. So in this case, that ends up giving Wayland 71.34 feet, and Deer Park Avenue, the frontage becomes 124 feet. We do meet or exceed all other zoning requirements. This lot will have a lot area of 9,667 square feet, which is well over the 7,500 square foot requirement. We're providing a 30-foot front yard setback on both street frontages as required by code. We're providing a 49-foot rear yard where only 30 feet is required, a 14-foot side yard where only 10 feet is required, and so on and so forth. So we are not seeking any other variances as part of this subdivision. The applicant is seeking to construct a 2-story single-family home here with 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and an internal garage. The first floor would have your living room, den, kitchen opening into a dining room and a half bath. And then on the second floor, you'd have your 4 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and upstairs laundry. As you can see from the aerial, there are other 75-footers in the area. Across the street, across Deer Park Avenue to the west is an office building, but to the north, south, and east, you have a residential neighborhood, and the widths of the homes there vary from 75 feet to 77. They go up and down as you go down the street, but the depth has similar. 795 Deer Park Avenue does also encompass further to the street, so I see on the aerial, it looks like we don't hit the street, but we do. There is a little sliver, yes, right there, that is part of the property as well. If the board has any questions, I'm happy to answer, and the applicant consents to the usual covenants, single-family, owner-occupied, no accessory apartments, et cetera.
Okay, thank you. Turn the hearing over to Ms. McCullough.
Thank you for the most simple subdivision you have ever presented.
It might be, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, good, we're in character with the neighborhood. You're not seeking any setbacks or building variances?
Nope.
You agreed to covenants, restrictions, and conditions?
Yes.
All right, I have no further questions.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
Oh, wait, someone,
Oh, come on up. I'm sorry. Name and address for the record, please.
John Crescent, 51 Doodle Street, North Babylon.
And you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to tell us?
My only question is, with the two houses being built, which would be Lot 1? Would it be the western house or the eastern lot?
Western House. Western House is Lot 1.
Okay, that answers my question. I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
Good. All right, I make a motion to adopt a negative declaration for 2624.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion to approve application 2624, subject to the standard covenants and restrictions and conditions for new construction.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks for coming down. Next application is application 2623 of Vassar Kaufman, property located in West Babylon. Name and address for the record.
Hi, good evening. Christina Bravin, Morano Expediting, P.O. Box 39, Bethpage, New York.
And you affirm to tell the truth?
Yes, I do.
For the record, we have a Planning Division memo dated March 12th, 2026. Environmental Control memo dated March 16th, 2026. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact. A fire marshal's report dated February 26th. Yeah, it's February 26, 26. The fire marshal's report, they approve it. We have a survey by Galeas Surveying dated July 11, 2022. Suffolk County Planning dated 3/19/26. Plans by Blair Imaging Elements dated October 29, 2025. 3 photographs and an affidavit of posting. Would you like to tell us?
Okay. We received planning's comments, and we did have an opportunity to review them with the sign company and Ross Dress for Less. So the additional wall signage before you consists of 3 non-illuminated wall plaques measuring 2 feet by 4 feet. The storefront spans over 195 feet, and these plaques are evenly spaced along the leased storefront. Their intent is primarily wayfinding, helping customers identify the leased space while shopping within the retail center. Ross Dress for Less is a newer retail presence on Long Island, and the company often incorporates these plaques in locations with extensive store frontage. In some municipalities, they are not counted toward total signage, while in others they are. For reference, Planet Fitness in this shopping center has 2 light fixtures on each side of its entrance displaying the Planet Fitness name and logo. So this is comparable to our request for additional signage, with the distinction that ours is non-illuminated. Okay, we're also requesting that the under canopy sign be permitted to project up to 4 feet from the structure, rather than the maximum allowed 1 foot. The 4-foot dimension on the drawings is a maximum potential projection. Final projection is usually calculated in the field based on the door heights, soffit conditions. In most cases, they only project around 2 feet. So we're just asking for the 4 feet as a safety, as a buffer. So Ulta Beauty in the same shopping center also has an under canopy sign, and we expect the projection of the Ross Dress for Less sign to be similar to theirs. It's just particularly helpful when you're just walking through and looking for the doorway to that store, because you can't really look up and out to the signage up on the parapet wall. Given the strong retail mix in the center, additional identification benefits the applicant and consumers. Regarding the installation method, the detailed information is shown on page UCH of the plans. Items A, B, and C provide additional installation details. In summary, an aluminum crossmember will be placed within the soffit with wood blocking added in if necessary and anchored to the canopy joints. The sign will then be suspended from the soffit using 2-inch galvanized steel pipes. Lastly, in response to planning's question regarding open permits, the store has scheduled opening date of June 5th, and all associated work will be completed prior to that.
Thank you. Turn the hearing over to Mr. Shepherd.
How are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good. Is this, the sign's up?
Not the additional signage that we're asking for that requires a variance, just the main signage above.
Okay.
That is up.
Is that permitted?
Yes.
You have a permit for that?
Yes.
Okay. What was your reference to LA Fitness? Because there's no LA Fitness in it.
Planet Fitness.
So, I'm sorry?
Planet?
Oh, Planet Fitness. Okay, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
So they have 2 illuminated under canopy signs. Ours will not be illuminated. So it's just similar.
Could you explain to me why you need these plaque signs? What purpose are these? What are they for?
So when you're underneath and walking through the shopping center, then it identifies it that way. You can see.
One's on the building?
The ones on the, are you referring to, yeah, those 3?
Yeah, the 3 that you're asking for. There is no overhang. There's no,
There is a soffit.
for the big sign. Oh, I see. And what is
So
the
if you're at the tail end of the shopping center and you're just looking to find your way, like, it's helpful from both sides. And again, it's keeping in character of the shopping center. So Ulta has it, Planet Fitness has it, and it's a staple for the Ross Dress
Do you
for
know if
Less.
they're permitted, Planet Fitnesses?
I don't know. I do not know that have that information.
I'd like to find out myself. All right, if we were to approve this, would you agree that the sign be replaced, resurfaced, or altered in any way? Zoning Board of Appeals approval is required?
Yes.
Okay. I have no further questions at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none.
Yeah.
We're going to close the hearing. We're going to reserve decision. You get the decision in the mail. Thanks for coming down.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Okay, next applications, I'm assuming, together, are applications 2620 and 26-5, property located in East Farmingdale. Name and address for the record, please.
Certainly. Allison Lapointe with the firm Sir Tillman Ballin Adler Hyman, offices at 100 Motor Parkway, Hotbog, New York 11788 for the applicant.
Okay. For the record, we have a planning division memo on both applications, and both of them are dated February 25th, 2026. We have environmental control memo, which is dated March 2nd, 2026. If approved, this application will not result in significant impact, and that is on application 2620, on 26-5, that application, if we were to approve it, needs a negative declaration. We also have a fire marshal report on that application dated February 27th, 2026. Building is vacant and boarded up, and property fenced, so you're gonna have to get fire marshal to get in there prior to anything. We also have survey on both applications by Land Surveying, and both dated 4/20/25. Suffolk County Planning dated 3/5/26 on both application, and plans by Bowler Engineering dated August 7th, 2025. 4 photographs and affidavits of posting. What would you like to tell us about the application?
Thank you very much. For the record, I'm going to be submitting a traffic and parking impact analysis report by TPD, which is dated August 13th, 2025. I'm also going to be submitting some aerial images of the surrounding neighborhood, as well as a highlighted copy of the site plan showing where the locations of the proposed ground signs. So if you'll bear with me, I'll hand this up. With me today, I also have the engineer of record, the architect of record, as well as the property owner if there are any technical questions that need to be answered. We are coming towards the end of our process. We've already gone to the planning board and for site plan and special permit hearings, and that was on January 5th, 2026. We then went to the town board for a change of zone, which was approved on February 25th, 2026. And now we're before you today for the variance relief needed to move forward with the project. The applicant is seeking to demolish the existing structures on this blighted property and construct an 1,800 square foot, one-story restaurant to house the first Caribou Coffee to be founded here in the Northeast. I can tell you the applicant is very excited to be bringing this new use here to Babylon and for Babylon to be the first home. The subject site comprises of 2 lots on the west side of Route 110, which is also known as Broad Hollow Road, between Great Neck Road and the Southern State Parkway. They're also known as Suffolk County Tax Map Not Lots 100-121-1-13.1 and Lot 14.2. To the north of the subject property is a BP gas station and auto repair. To the south is a vacant auto repair business location. To the east is Route 110, which across the street of Route 110, there's another BP gas station, a car wash, as well as a multi-tenant commercial building. And to the west, the property is abutted by 3 residential properties. The subject site and configuration has been worked out in collaboration with the planning department and the other departments here in the town, and was designed with the greatest concern for its functionality as well as sensitivity to the residential properties to the rear. After numerous revisions, and again in coordination with the various departments, this is the layout we are bringing before you today. We have a number of bits of relief that we need from you this evening. First, for the 1,800 square foot building, we require a front yard setback of 3.5 feet to the canopy, where 25 feet is required. We should note that the building front is set back 7 feet from the property line, but this setback is measured from the canopy above. And a rear yard setback of 43.7 feet, where 50 feet is required from the rear yard. We are also requesting a parking variance. We're providing 15 stalls where 21 are required under the town's code calculations. And finally, we have 3 sign variances. The first is for 2 signs where only 1 is permitted, and this is for on the north and south elevations of the structure. The second relief is for the number of ground signs per lot, where you're permitted 1, we are proposing 6. And for the freestanding sign, which is located on the northeast corner of the property, to be located 3 feet from the property line, the roadway property line, where 10 feet is required. So first, in terms of the front and rear setbacks, again, this project has been designed with great sensitivity to the property owners in the rear of the property, which is why we are seeking such the numerically substantial variance from the front yard setback. The rear yard setback is 43.7 feet, where 50 feet is required, which is about a 13% relaxation. The front yard setback of 3.5 feet, or 25, again, may appear numerically substantial, but if you review the photographs I've submitted, you'll see that it conforms significantly to the surrounding corridor. Of note, the property directly to the south maintains a 5-foot setback from the front of the building to the property line. Across the street, there's a car wash, which is also approximately 5 feet. And a little further up north along Broad Hollow Road, at 96 Broad Hollow Road, the Burger King also maintains a similar setback. Again, as the dimensional relief is in significant compliance with the existing development throughout the corridor, I put forth that any substantiality has been mitigated due to the conformance to the nature and character. We don't have any feasible alternatives to the configuration that we have here. As you can see, it is a relatively shallow lot. All the properties on that side of the road are. And again, in seeking to keep the building as far away from the residential properties in the rear, and again, to be in compliance with the existing nature and character, this is the relief that is being sought today. There's no anticipated physical or environmental negative impacts. And again, please note that the building itself is set back 7 feet from the property line. The canopy is where the 3.5 feet is. It should also be noted that the structure is located approximately 18 feet from the curb line. So there's a good amount of right-of-way in between as well, which will also mitigate any appearance of substantiality. In terms of the parking, the applicant requests to install 12 parking stalls where 21 are required, which is a reduction of 6 stalls. I've submitted to the board a traffic and parking report from TPD Engineering dated August 13th, 2025. The conclusion of this report and analysis is that the proposed 15 parking spaces will more than adequately accommodate the anticipated parking demand based upon ITE research and standards. Again, as such, there are no anticipated negative impacts to the nature and character of the community. Again, in terms of feasibility, due to the shallow nature of the lot, we've maximized all parking that could be provided, and both the applicant and the end user, Caribou, are both confident that the site will function well as designed. Then in terms of the sign variances, first, in terms of the primary ground sign, we are proposing it to be located 3 feet from the front property line where 10 feet is required. Again, well, numerically, this might seem substantial. If you look at the photographs I've circulated, you'll see that there are a number of ground signs that are significantly closer to the roadway than permitted. Specifically, if you look at the BP directly to the north, they have 2 ground signs that are quite close to the property line. It should be further noted that because of the depth of the roadbed and the right-of-way, the sign will actually be 14 feet back from the curb line. In terms of the number of ground signs, if you take a look at the highlighted survey, you will see the locations of the proposed 6 ground signs. The first sign, of course, being the pylon sign, which is on the northeast corner of the property. Then there are 2 directional signs, one including an enter sign, and then a second one directing people towards the drive-through. The third sign is the height limit crossbar. And then there are 2 menu boards. One is a preview menu board, and one is the main menu board, which is also the point of ordering. So again, the vast majority of these signs do wrap the rear of the building. From the roadway, you're not going to be able to see the vast majority of them. It's not really until you enter the site. Then the last request for relief relates to the wall signs. Applicant proposes 2 wall signs on the north side of the building and 2 wall signs on the south side of the building. So as you can see from what you have pulled up on the big screen, the 2 signs are the Caribou Coffee sign, and then over to the side is the decorative logo. We believe that this is actually creates a significant point of interest, and it's more aesthetically appealing to have the 2 signs on each side. They're also not facing directly to the roadway, so if there were to be any negative impact, which again, based upon the elevations and how beautiful the building looks, I would prefer that there is no negative impact by having the second sign. Any perceived issue would be interior to the building and only impacting those who are accessing the property. And with that, we respectfully request that the application be granted, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. So
Yeah.
we want to know if this is still at the planning board?
So yes, it has. The planning board has not made their decision yet, but I believe we will, once we get through this step, then the planning board will formalize their approval.
Will any of the variances be affected?
We do not expect there will be any alterations to the layout of this property.
Okay. As far as the parking goes, so I'm guessing this is going to be a lot of drive-through as opposed to needing parking. Is there seats inside or anything?
Yes, there are seats inside the building. Much like most other coffee shops in this day and age, we are anticipating that a good amount of the business will be maintained through the drive-through. Certainly, interior guests who are looking to spend a little bit of time with a book and a cup of coffee are certainly welcome as well. But again, based upon the study done by the traffic engineers and understanding how the business works, again, both the property owner and the end user are quite confident that there's sufficient parking.
they want the site to function well more than anybody else. It would hit their bottom line if it doesn't function properly.
And on the signs, did you submit a plan for the sign that gives the dimensions? We don't really have it, right? Karen?
So we do,
Pylon
so there is so in the sign package application that was submitted, there is, one of the pages does maintain does have the pylon sign. It is a little bit confusing going through the application because we give you all the package and then show you which sign it is. The pylon sign is on the plans, and it was also part of I do have a copy of the application package that was submitted to the building department upon which the denial was based, which I can also submit into the record. I can tell you that as per the building permit application that was submitted, if you'll bear with me for a second, my recollection is that the square footage of the sign is proposed at 63.7 square feet. But again, bear with me so I can make sure I got that right. Yes, I'm sorry. As per the sign permit application submitted to the building department, it is proposed at 63.36 square feet.
And what's that? Good, okay. Would you agree that should the signs be replaced, resurfaced, or altered in any way, zoning board of appeals approval is required?
Certainly.
Tax maps.
What are the hours?
So we have not determined exactly what the hours are yet. It tends to differ market to market, and as this is the first Caribou in all of the Northeast, that hasn't been settled out yet. We are aware of the proposed condition put forth in the planning memo that allows the zoning board to reserve the right to restrict those hours in the future, which I know is a relatively common condition utilized by this body. We have no problem with that condition.
Okay, perfect. I just see the traffic studies mainly like midday and then early Saturday. It's coffee, so.
The traffic study is always going to be based over after the peak hours. In the event that this sought to be a 24-hour operation, their peak hours certainly would not be at 3 a.m.
Right.
It'll be the slowest one. So this traffic study is based on the anticipated peak hours. They always want to look at what the most extreme will be rather than look at what the average or the lowest hours.
Yeah, that area there, it's usually pretty congested around like the 5 p.m. after work. So I was wondering, it's coffee, so
Well, it's coffee, so it's usually a little bit more of a morning stop. That said, that, you know, in taking a peek at their menu, which I strongly encourage you all to do, they do have some like quick, like fast serving sandwiches and things like that. But again, we know from other coffee models, the peak hours do tend more to be in the morning, midday. Again, we welcome business whenever the business is looking to come in, but again, it's not like you're talking about something that will have as heavy a dinner rush as, say, a Chick-fil-A.
You're getting right on Southern State right there. That's a bad spot getting off, too.
I have one concern. Exiting the drive-through, the sight line for oncoming traffic is not obscured by any signs or the canopies or?
No. So because the pylon sign is up on stilts.
Post, right.
They're up on posts. We're not anticipating any line of sight
No
issues.
tables or chairs or anything like that?
Not in that location. There's some proposed, as you can see on the screen, but they're along the building, on the north side of the building. Nothing will be encroaching in the front.
So the view is unobstructed?
Outside of some very small plantings, because the streetscape will be significantly improved with the final plan. No, we're not anticipating any line of sight issues. Again, we've worked extensively with your planning department on this, and we're quite confident in this site moving forward as is.
Thank you. Yeah.
It is a busy spot down there, for sure.
Also, do you agree to merge the lots?
Yes.
Any other questions from the board? Would anyone like to be heard on this application? For the record, there are none. Good. Like that. That's on this one, right? 5? Yeah. Okay, I'll make a motion to adopt a negative declaration on application 26-5.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to approve application 26-5 with the conditions that the lots be merged and the hours of operation can be determined by this board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And on application, make a motion on application 2620 to approve that application. What were the conditions?
Signs be replaced, resurfaced,
Oh,
or altered.
oh, yeah, with the condition if the sign be replaced or resurfaced or altered. In any way, zoning board of appeals approval is required.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Good
Stop in
evening.
for
We
a
hope to
cup of
see you
coffee.
down there.
Check it out.
Concludes.
We'll end the live streaming portion of the meeting, and we'll now continue